Hello and welcome back to my channel. So I decided to build a Samba, and I used to have a real Samba um, up to 20 years ago, and then I sold it to buy a flat in London. But mine was 21 windows because it was 67, just June 67, 2 months before it was taken out of production, and then they changed it with the bay window at the front instead of the split window. Um, so what they did, well, I'm gonna tell you a few stories about the Samba during the build. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna paint it in the same color of my Samba. So I managed to get these colors from Zero Paints, based in the UK, and they sold by Hero Boy, and they cost me £8.73 for both of them. And that's the original color I used to have on my Samba, which is Titian Red L555. That's the code for Volkswagen code, and the top beige gray L472. That's exactly the same color in my Samba, so I'm gonna do it in exactly the same color. The other difference that I'm gonna have the black line in between the aluminum frame here is gonna be black instead of red, like this one here, and all the rest is gonna be the same. American style bumpers. As I say, 21 windows instead of 23, because in I think in 53 probably, I can't remember now, I need to look at my notes. They changed the engine from 1100s to 1200s, so the engine was bigger. Because of that, the back door was bigger and they couldn't put the windows at the front. But yeah, still a wonderful van. So let's unbox it quickly, show you what's inside. Let's one last look at the bottles. We don't need them for a while. And these are what does it say? They should be, this paint are already pre-thinned for airbrush use. So there you go. Always a primer, and yeah, this were like a £8.73 for both of them, plus another about £7 delivery. What I did, I just ordered some other things together with it just to bring the price down, but I'm very happy with it. So I'm not affiliated with them, I didn't get any discount or nothing, but yeah, they need to shoot out because they're good people. Delivered like in a couple of days, so perfect. Hero Boy in Cheltenham, UK. I'm sure you can look them up. So a quick look inside a box. I mean, I'm sure you've seen millions of renditions of this box. That's a very old box. I mean, it still got the price from Model Zone. Model Zone went bust possibly 15 years ago, 10 years ago. There used to be a big massive shop in Tottenham, in Holborn, Tottenham Court Road, and yeah, shame they're not there anymore. They've been bought up by, I don't know, probably her fixed, but it's not the same anymore. They haven't got shops anymore. Oh, some, I can't remember who they've been bought from. And this comes in two different versions. Comes with a version with the paints inside already, or paint a kit without the paints. I got the one with the paint. Whoever bought it, he gave back the barcode, so I'm sure he didn't even pay £24.99. It was, I made an offer for £20 on eBay. He gave it to me instead of spending £15 more for the version with the paints. I'm gonna use my own paints anyway. I don't see the point. So quickly we have a look inside. That's the that's the decals. The decals, as you can see, the strip inside is white. I'm gonna try and make it black somehow. If not, I'll just paint it by hand, or I'll put a strip of plastic across it, which gives you a little more 3-dimension. So we're gonna do that. There's the aluminum, all the number plates, German, American, UK, Wolfsburg. That's okay. You got two for Germany. One is Wolfsburg, and the other one is, I don't know if this is German or something else, but I just see, yeah, German says fun, but I'd rather have was put T1. T1 is a T1. Well, we need to be specific. Is a Volkswagen Type 2, but then is the T1 model of the Type 2. So that gets a bit, you need to be in the know. But yeah, when you say Samba, you only relate to the first rendition of a Type 2. Type 2 being the Type 3, the normal Beetle. Type 2, the Combi or Samba or Panhardwagen or whatever it is. Type 3, I think the Type 3 was possibly the Kugelwagen, the amphibian, and the Type 4, the buggy, or the other way around. Can't remember. And then you had the Karmann Ghia that was using the same engine but different sorts of layout for the other things. View inside the instructions. I had a look online at these instructions. They are good, but they are all in black and white. So I downloaded them. What I'm gonna do, once I found the equivalent of the paints I'm gonna use, I'm gonna paint a little bit of color inside these dots, and then as a reminder in the instruction, paint inside the little flags where the color is, so it's gonna be easier for me to follow the build. Let's raise the light a little bit so you can go on that side as well. So I'm gonna paint that as well, and yeah, quick through instruction. Well, they're all instructions, but they're still quite easy. It's nice to see that all the panels of the van come separate. You need to put them together. There's no option for the Safari windows. I used to have Safari windows on mine. They open like this at the front. There's no option for that. I'm sure you can buy it as a kit. They sell another kit as in a camper van with a Safari window, but I could have Frankenstein it, but I'm not too fussed about it. So that's what we're gonna do. And that's the stickers and the color placement. So that's the instruction out of the way. We can put this one here. Let's have a look inside the sprue inside. So with no specific order, starting from the top to the bottom, there's a clear parts. Cleopatra ready to roll. As well, there's the brownish parts, and possibly what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna prime the brownish in that were this grayish in black, and the whites in whites, apart from the bumpers, because the bumpers, they're gonna come out of white, but it's a different white from the roof, because as I told you, the roof is gonna be a beige gray. The bumpers is gonna be by Volkswagen code cloud white. Weißen, I can't remember the name in German, but possibly I'm gonna prime this one in white. But yeah, that's this. That goes for the top. And the barn doors. So mine was June 1967, 26th of June 1967. There's a little label that comes behind the driver position, like serial number of the van. It tells you the engine, from the code you can find out the engine, the color, and everything. And because mine was towards the end of production, because at the end of July they closed the factory for the summer holidays, and they reopened in September with a new production with a bay window, so without the V at the front and everything. And they changed the side barn door in a sliding door. Mine, they were testing it. It already adds as an optional on mine. There was a slide door as well, which made it quite valuable, and that's why I sold it and managed to get a flat in London. Well, not all of it, but you know what I mean. It was quite. I'm gonna show you some video while we do the video. One may even come up now. I don't know. I'm gonna edit later on. I have no idea where I'm gonna put this video, but yeah, as I said, it's gonna be videos coming, pictures and anecdotes all the way through the build. So I think that we need to make sure when we paint these details is the okay here, so you can see the frame of the aluminum bits is already built in, so I could actually paint this one in silver and then do the black on top instead of using a decal. We see how it is. Well, these stripes were coming with the little nudges both ends, like a flaps, aluminum flaps that were keeping the strip of plastic anchored in. And the trick is when you paint these, what some people do, they paint what you need to do, you paint the base color on everything. I'll show you better maybe. Oh, this one is easier. There's the way the real Volkswagen was built, everything was painted in the base color, which would be this one here, and then the red. Oh, they come with balls inside already. That's good. That's good. I need to notice that. Yeah, I love that. Shoot out on these guys. They got zero paints. Quite cool. And so you paint everything in white, and then you mask it and you paint the bottom bar in red. Just make sure that the separation point is below the ridge. So the bump, the entire bump, it should be remain in the original white. And that's I told you because I seen people restoring 50 grand worth of old Sambas and getting it wrong, and then they have to paint it again. It's a bit frustrating. Wheels, the tires, we got that. There's the roof, it comes in two versions, the open roof and the closed roof. And that's the back door. As I say, you see that's the same size as the engine bay. So when the engine became bigger, of course, for aesthetic reason, they had to do a bigger door, hatch door at the top, and that's why they got rid of the two windows at the corner. So I'm not claiming to be an expert about Volkswagen, but I know quite a lot. I did a lot of research back in the days when I was building mine, when I was restoring mine. I found that it had been completely resprayed in a horrible Ford metallic blue and dark blue. I'm gonna show you the picture probably right now. And then when you sort of sanding the side, you could see the color coming up, but then could be another print, you know, and then you need to look at that VIN number plate to see what was the original number. But yeah, all these chrome parts I added on mine, all chromed again. Back in the days you could find someone doing chromes. Now it's just a red tape. You cannot chrome anymore. If you want to chrome something, you need to send it to India or something like that because of pollution. I mean, the way they chrome these things, they got big massive vats of acids, and that's a pollution for the environment. So can't do it anymore. You can do it with other systems, but it doesn't look as good. If you look at the Royal Enfield's motorbikes, they're rubbish bikes. They look great, and they look great mostly because the chrome is done properly, because it's done in India. So that's my thing to you. What some people did, I also, instead of chroming just these bits here, like the hubcaps and the inside of the lights and the big VW emblem at the front, some people they chrome the sticks on the side, this framing, this aluminum things that go around here, which is wrong because this is bare aluminum and you just polish it and they go per specific shine, so they don't need to be chromed in the original. So just telling you, just if you want to buy Fluffy, you know Fluffy the comedian, Gabriel Iglesias, he's got probably 20 Sambas. He's probably the biggest collector in the world of Samba buses. Jamie Oliver's got one. I mean, if you go money, I know Ewan McGregor is good. A couple of them is good. Single cabin. Single cabin means that you go just one, and then the back, like a bed where you put things on top. The most valuable one is gonna be a double cabin. If you find a double cabin, they're still quite rare to find, so there's gonna be a bargain. The most valuable absolutely would be if you find some ambulance as well. I found bay windows ambulance, but split windows ambulance, they're very difficult to find, especially the German ones. If you want to write and drive for UK, just forget about it. Forget about it. So that's the base. That's the base of the inside of the inside and the bottom of the van. So that's the inside with a rich, I go red velvet on mine, and the seat, I made my seat in a beige, a Frau seat leather. It was amazing. So that's the panel van behind the driver. So if you look at it, that's seen from the passengers, from the cargo side, let's say, with the ashtray and everything. On this side, which I don't know which part goes to cover it, we'll find it in a minute, but if you were the driver here or here, depending on the right hand drive, left hand drive, you're gonna have a label, the VIN label here that tells you the engine and the color. So these are all the pieces. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna wash them with soapy water and then put them in the dehydrator to dry a bit, and while it dries, because it's still nice and sunny outside, I'm gonna go and have a beer on the lake in Battersea Park, because that's what we do in the summer. That's how we roll. So I catch you after the beer, and when it gets a little bit darker here, nighttime, we're gonna start the build. We're gonna start building up this beauty for you. So hope you don't click towards the end straight away, but if you do, don't matter. I'm sure this is gonna come out beautiful, because I'm gonna put all my love on it. I got so many feelings of history connected to it that I want to do a very good job. So I'll see you very soon. So here, the selection of color I'm going to use for this build. The only one I didn't prepare is the blue, because it was an alternate to the red one, so I don't need it. It's going to be A, aluminium, B, black silk matte, C, silver metallic, of course, same as the aluminium, D with anthracite, E, that's the steel, metallic steel, and then of course the Titian red, Volkswagen Titian red for F. Yeah, I'm just waiting for this one, and same goes. So we skip the G, H, the white, beige gray for the top of the van. Then I medium gunship gray, as a dark gray, basically. I'm going to use it as a dark gray. And for light gray, I'm going to use the light gray of course. Then K, white for K, L, just a black. It's supposed to be a glossy black. I see how it goes. If not, I use the glossy primer that I use for Gundam, so I'll see how it comes up. And then M for the loading bay, was supposed to be beige. I use Middlestone, it's a quite beigey. I'm happy with that. And then stone grey, I use the Panzergrau. Panzergrau should be good. See how it comes up. And then of course clear orange and clear red for lights and indicators. And then at the very end, that's only for one part in the engine. The Q, I'm gonna use terracotta instead of mixing red and brown. That's terracotta. There's already red and brown mixed. So that's my chosen color. What I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna clean up everything, put up the painting station, and start priming the pieces. So these are the parts that I'm gonna be priming in black. All the rest is gonna be in white. So yeah, of course, the underside. On this spruce, I just removed on this side the little handle. There used to be like that. The little handle, this goes in black and goes in white because it's gonna be painted white. Same goes for the bumpers and the wheels. So I removed that, and on this one here, all the metallic parts and the side bits and connection and rods, I removed this middle handle. There's another handle on top of the passenger seats that goes in white, but all the rest is gonna be primed in black. So these in black, all the rest in white. For black, I'm gonna use the gloss black, and for white, I'm gonna use the white primer palette, both of them. I save you them, me spray, painting everything. We're gonna back to spraying. Wanna do proper spraying on the outside for the prime. I'll just see you back at when the things are primed, like they say. Now all these pieces are gonna be sprayed in light gray. There will be all the chairs and all the inside of the panels, apart from the rear hatch and the very front, the nose of the van. And this one here, the inside of the driver, then is gonna be on the color of the outside, but I'll do it later on. It's easy to do it now. All the rest I'll just do it now as well. Well, this came out nice with no spray on the other side. So yeah, I'm gonna paint the dark gray on this outside bits, outside on them stripes, and then also I'm gonna do the sides and the backs of the cushion, and possibly some stripes in between to give it like a two-tone style. I'm gonna use a brush just because I can't be bothered. I'm masking everything. So it's gonna take a little bit more, but possibly couple of the different layers, one on top of each other, while we try to do it nice. This summer is quite warm, so I'm gonna use my wet palette to keep the paint hydrated and not let it dry too much, otherwise it will just leave stripes, brush marks on the thing, on the plastic. Let's see how this paint is catchy on the pieces. That's the back of the seats. Let's try the inside just to see how it lays. Yeah, probably even more liquid, and just and then I need a couple of brushes. Okay, let's do it like that and try to do not too many brushes, not too many brush strokes. Nail the perfect color for your Volkswagen Samba bus. Well, not this way. If you want to nail it, you need proper Volkswagen paints, which I managed to get the same color the Volkswagen I used to have, and that's Titian Red L555 and Beige Grey L472. This is a short version, and then you can see the long version in my full video. And now for the moment of truth is the time to spray this paint. This goes first, and then when the red overlaps it goes on top. I'm gonna spray. That's supposed to be going into the airbrush straight away, so I'm gonna try that. There's already got balls in it, so a nice shake. Probably there's no need to mix it too much. And then I'm gonna paint for first item the nose, because the inside and the outside are gonna be the same color. So I'm gonna see what's the overspill for when I do through the windows, so I know for the other ones later on, and see how it goes. Hopefully it's gonna be not too bad. Let's have a look. Oh, okay, he's got a dropper in there. I like that. Let's see. Yeah, I like the way you pull. That's a bit slow, really. I don't know if that's the best way, or if I'm supposed to open it, because this is very, very slow. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go old style and just remove this lid. Yeah, it's easy to come off. So remove the lid, put it on the side, maybe upside down to avoid contamination, and then we pour a little bit in there, and let's see how it goes. Wow, quite excited about this. I forgot to put my gloves on. I'm gonna do this piece without the mask, so you can hear me doing any comments. And oh, I already can smell the solvent. Let's open the window a little bit more. So guys, I hope you can hear me. I opened the window, but still the smell of the solvent is very strong. So I'm gonna use the mask and see how it goes. Let's see what happens with this thing. Let's see when we spray. Okay, so the first step is just to give it a little bit of base, and then I'm gonna wet cut it. Yeah, this is very strong, this stuff. This is very strong. I got a mask, but when I touch, I got some oil inside, so I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. Just enjoy. let's try a new system, for me at least, to mask the color. Instead of putting the sticker, the masking tape on the white bit and then paint red the other one, I'm trying to put the masking tape on top of red bit and then put the liquid mask. And then now I'm gonna remove this. Yeah, that may work. That may work. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna use this system. I'm happy with it. Maybe I make it dry a little bit more and then I remove it. That should be okay, because this is thick enough, doesn't go under the sticker. Okay, happy. On second thought, I put a second thin strip line next to the aluminium band. So I'm gonna paint by hand the aluminium and then remove the thin bands and then put the matte paint, the masking paint on top, and then remove the big band on the red and then paint the red. Wish me luck. So paint the silver, remove a little strip, put the, wait for the silver to, well, it's not silver, it's aluminium, really. Paint the aluminium, remove the little strip, and then put this on, let it dry a bit, then remove the bottom bit, and then paint it again. Paint it in red. On this one, I already put the thing on. I'll try the other way, but wish me a lot of luck. It's gonna be a lot of work. We see. It seems like I got lucky. Now I'm gonna remove the tiny extra bit at the bottom, and then hopefully I'll let it dry a little bit, and then I'll be able to put the masking glue on top, the masking paint on top. Hopefully the masking paint doesn't stick to the aluminium, but yeah, there we go. Yeah, probably we got away with it. Of course, it's not 100% accurate, like you're never 100% accurate with the masking tape, but still I'm quite happy with it. Okay, I'm gonna remove everything and then let everything dry. I'm not putting the dehydrator. I don't want the masking tape to get all gunky, all sticky, so I'm gonna leave it here for a few hours and then I'm gonna put the liquid mask on. And here we are. I remove all the extra bits from the silver. I painted by hand the little bit overspill of silver that went on top of the gray, and now I can just splash on the liquid mask, and hopefully in 2-3 hours, when it's ready to go, if I wake up in time, we can have the spray of the reds. So yeah, I'm gonna just put one of them. I don't even know if I need to be generous with this or just like pile it on, or just a little thin layer. It's the first time I'm really using it, but I'd rather put a nice blob on it, and then it's gonna peel hopefully in a quite neat manner. So yeah, that's what we do. Yeah, that'll work. that work. I don't want to let it dry too much before removing it, because then I may rip off everything. So I'm gonna wait like 5 minutes and then take off the part on top of what's supposed to be red. I need to make sure I cover all the bits here on the side. I don't want any overspray to catch where it's not supposed to catch. Yeah, it should be okay. Okay, so I'll catch you in a minute. I spent possibly 15 minutes trying to clean my brush. That thing, it was all gunked up, and good thing I didn't use my Zelensky. And I don't go one anyway. I think now it's a good time to remove it. It's dry but not too firm. It should be. It's already too much. It's already too much. Ah, for fuck's sake! I should have removed it earlier. Yeah, it's already. Ah, for fuck's sake! Sorry about the swearing, but it's all justified. That definitely pisses me off. I should have removed it earlier. Yeah, what can you do? There was a failure, because I licked through here, and where it dried too early, so it didn't come up the way I wanted. This one was too dry, so it came off altogether. This one came off altogether. These ones are alrightish, but the edge is not neat, and this one is a bit messy down here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna peel off this stuff, or wait for it to settle and then peel it off. I don't know, but yeah, I need to go to bed. Tomorrow is another day. Frankly, I don't give a damn. Honestly, I'm so upset that my system didn't work, even if I had a lot of faith on it. They are just filled in the missing bits of liquid mask by hand. I'm gonna paint it anyway, and if there's any touch-ups to do, I'm gonna do it later on by hand with a brush. The only thing is that there's still some little bit of rubber on the surface, and also for the static I want to brush it, but I'm gonna brush at the back to avoid to remove a little bit of static. And as you know, the paint is unbreathable, so I'm gonna pause, start painting with the mask, show you a little bit of that, and then carry on off camera and see how it goes. But yeah, I haven't got many hopes. Well, that's it. So here we are then. Circular again with a red, push on red. I don't know if you can hear me. I'll always put on this. Do the same. Remove the cap. And of course, the paint in there. Now you're really making a mess. That's definitely the same. So yeah. Not many memories from this color. So there we go. I'll put it on 300. I look for it. and then the separation we'll see what comes up later. Okay, I'm going to turn off the camera and see you on the other side. So here it is. I remove all the masking tape and the rubber. It's imperfect. See, there's all these gaps in between. Could have been, should have been better, but it could be worse. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just paint it by hand. Hopefully the paint doesn't dry up too fast, and I'll try to fix it. About the paint, I have to say the application is smoothless. It dries up very soon, doesn't give you time to do any orange peels or nothing. And there was a little blemish here. I covered it up, it doesn't show at all. And the color, of course, is faithful to the original. And the only thing is that, yeah, you really need to go in the garden if you want to paint this stuff. I was using a mask, like a proper mask, and still it was the room was radioactive. So what I'm gonna do, first of all, I'm gonna paint this little area of overspray with the white overspray. The red and white, I'm gonna paint it white. Actually white is grey, but we know what it is. And then after done that, I'm gonna fill in the red gaps. So yeah, it goes. Happy about the result of the back. It didn't come through at the back. So on that note, it was a success. So yeah, ready to go then. I'll see you in a minute. Well, it turns out that the solvent in the paint is so strong that every time I try to retouch it, pass on top of another color, it just gets reactivates the old paint. So if you put the pink on top of white, the red on top of the white, it becomes pink, and the other way around. So I just did a little touch up by hand. You can see a little bit the painted by hand, but yeah, honestly, that's the best I can do shortly of remasking everything, spray painting everything again, which is gonna be a mess anyway. So yeah, not my proudest moment, but it's alright. It's alright. Not the best. I'm gonna just do a little bit of the aluminium back on top. Some bits, even this one, I didn't even bother trying to make it better because I would have made it worse anyway. So I wanna just pass a little bit of aluminium on the things that have been painted on top, and then put all this aside and start building the inside. It were white cream, but I made them in this color scheme of the same inside of the interior, and it's a bit difficult to get the lines perfect, but hopefully once I put some panel liner, it's gonna look okay. I'm a bit upset because the lines of the stitching don't correspond on the middle seat in between the top and the bottom, so I had to do it this way with space for a fat ass in the middle, same as the driver is a fat ass standard, but that's like that. And this one here, the single seat, I was supposed to have 2 holes underneath this backrest, and there were no holes. I had to drill it myself to adjust it on the other one, but apart from that it's all good. So I'm gonna wait to put the handbrake and the gear shift and the pedals, because when I go all the interiors down, I'm gonna do some clear coat thin clear coat on the seats and then put a panel liner and see what happens, see what it looks like. So I just need to add the back panel here. I'll be okay. And that's the back panel appearing as if by magic. So yeah, so I'll let it rest and then we panel line it after when we do the other bits. I'm gonna pass a thin coat of clear coat on everything. This is supposed to be ready to be sprayed on 0.4 minus 0.45. Should be okay, but because I want it very thin, because then I want to put the panel liner on top and then eventually another coat. I still have to assemble it. I want it very, very thin, so I'm going to do 50%, 25%, 25%. See how it goes. I prepared just a tiny bit, actually I prepared more, but I spilled it. So let's see if it's too thick or too thin. Let's try it on and see how it works. I'm gonna start doing the underside of the car just to see what happens. General spray so it comes quite glistening. Yeah, it should be alright. I'm gonna keep this ratio. Okay, so I'm gonna spray into everything. See you on the other side. And as you know, I always forget to use the brush, so I like to use it. And I show you, it's coming out very nice and glossy. Very nice and glossy. Beautiful. Perfect. So this is the first time in my life that I'm using Tamiya panel line. I don't even know if the brush inside is okay, or if I need to use more of them ink pens, which I got just in case. Cost me nothing. That's a couple of pounds or something, I don't know, maybe less. Can't even remember. Let's try it works. So I'm gonna zoom in, have a better detail. So let's start with the simplest structure, which is the inside of the roof. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, straightforward. It runs pretty good on the side. So, and then I'm going to remove the marks. Later on with some Zippo lighter fluid. So yeah, that's straightforward. Okay, probably I didn't even need that many nibs in there. Probably would have been enough to do like spacing them better, like so. Okay, I just need to get used to the dynamics of applying this liquid, but it seems to me that that's really built to make your life easier, so no big deal. I hope the removal is gonna be just as easy. So I'm gonna do this and then do some more complicated piece like the inside of the doors, just a just to show since I'm here. The inside of the doors is gonna be yeah. That's quite satisfying. It runs good. Also because I clear coded it, so I'm sure that when it's clear coded, that's less surface tension probably. It goes straight in the recesses, doing what it needs to do. So I don't know, maybe I should remove the excess here. Can I do that? If I wick it, it works, maybe not. But yeah, Lego things is a trial and error. Just getting used to things. So little dots around the, yeah, I don't know if this is worth doing this around these dots, but yeah, definitely better than using the null oil, because null oil, it doesn't really go into recesses, and it's gonna be more difficult to clear off at the end. So yeah, okay, so I'm gonna do this, and then once I finished, I'll do another video where I give it a wipe. Well, this has to be the most satisfying of them all if it works. So let's have a look. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's definitely very satisfying. I still need to gauge the how much liquid am I applying, but yeah, I think now off camera I can work a little bit better, but yeah, looks promising. Well, you have to see this. This is cool. Just I put drops on the other side, and then they all came down to the other side. I should do like this. That's it. That's very cool. And that's what it looks like before cleaning. I'm gonna put some Zippolizer fluid, just slightly damp, and see. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah. Okay, that's easy. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna clean it completely. All the other bits, all the other pieces. Be alright. And that's what it looked like after cleaning. That's right. I'm happy with it. That's good. Let's do all the rest. And now finally it starts taking shape. with all the side panels and the doors and everything. And also I'm gonna add now the front bit. As you can see, there's a decals in there as well. There was another decal for top of the grill where the place for the radio is, but I didn't put it on because it just overlaps with the stripes underneath. It doesn't look nice. There's a decal for the clock. If you find a clock, a working clock in your Volkswagen Samba, you're very lucky. Mine was working, was a bit fast. I just tuned it to make it right. Then you got your petrol indicator, the speedometer, and in the middle of the steering wheel the emblem of the city of Wolfsburg, where the Volkswagen factory is. So that's gonna be the nice bit to be attached at the front, and it's gonna be interesting. Now the problem is that for the aluminium stripes on the outside, you see the decals are like two, each stripe is like two straps of aluminium with a see-through band in between. What I should have done, I should have painted black on the van and then put this on top and refine it with silver, but because I already painted in silver, what I've done, I painted by hand a little strip of black in between. And hopefully once I put the decal on top, it's gonna mask it and come out neater. Well, let's hope it works, because otherwise it's gonna be another fuck up. So I tried doing the black line with these ones here, these markers here, and the moment I go with the microsol on top of it, it just melts it, even if I cured it for 1 hour in the dehydrator. So then I tried some alcohol-based marker, and this seems to survive. Thing is that it's got a big tip, so I need to be careful and do it all over again with the big marker and then see if it works. Well, happy to report that the system worked, and now there's only the little thin line, black line in between the silver, in between the aluminium. So I'm gonna wipe off all the other black lines that I did earlier with the acrylic marker. I use alcohol marker and do it all over again. Let's see. Also, whoever designed the hinges attachment system for these doors here is either a genius or a mad bastard, because I'm sadistic person for the pain in the ass to put them in. I put them in at the end. I mean, they line up and everything, but yeah, it's you need to be careful not to break these things here. So I'm gonna put the roof and everything, and then I got a decal just at the end to test if it was working. It works, and then I'm gonna put the rest of the decals all at the very end. So let's carry on. Let's carry on. There's a panel for the air on top of the driver position, and on mine I used to have an electric vent that came as an optional. There was another switch here to activate the electric vent, otherwise this is just a on and off position with the air coming from the vents here, channel through here, and then in the cabin, which it doesn't do anything at all. So there was a nice option to have the vent in the electric. Anyway, one last look inside the Samba before I put a lid on it, and it's gonna be more difficult to see all the other details, especially once I put the windows as well. So that's it, and now let's put a lid on it. Well, there it is with the lid on. Now you need to add 23 windows, actually 25 if you consider this small wind deflector here and here. So really the 23 windows is a 25 and the 21 is a 23. The one I used to have 21 because bigger engine from 64 to 67, bigger engine bay, so they got rid of this one here. Mine on top of things, they had the Safari windows, which were these two windows at the front. You could open it, but there was a optional that you after party optional. So yeah, 23 windows to go, 25 windows to go. Well, and don't forget the big boss at the front. This is just insane. That's all the windows on a sprue. Millions and millions and millions of windows, plus the lights, of course. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. So it's nice to see that they give you the option to have a full cover or a folded back cover for the roof, but then they only give you one handle to put either on one or the other one. It would have cost them absolutely nothing to do the stamp for the second one as well, and then you can swap them. But yeah, I'm gonna go for the full cover just to avoid the pigeon shit falling in. So the other one would have looked like this. It would have been, why they got it upside down? They got it upside down as well. Oh no, yeah, if you go there, you fold it like that. Yeah, it's alright. The other one would have been like that. It looks nice, but I prefer to keep, if I need to keep the other one, I'm gonna put it, oh actually no, because you can never see the handle when it's closed. So maybe I put the handle on the half open one, and then you can have a look at it, and the full one stays without the handle. Maybe that makes sense. I don't know, we'll see. Yeah, probably I'm gonna. So I did the edges of every single glass with black marker. I already put the ones at the top, and now I'm gonna put the other ones on the side, at the back and at the front. These two, they're the little rim of the same color, the outside here and the bottom being the divider in this white, cloud white color. So I painted that, and then the dehydrated, drying out with a little bit of chrome on the little handles for the sliding windows. You remember when I cursed Revell because they didn't give me two handles for the canopies? Well, actually they did. They were in the chrome section, and the one I had spare, it wasn't spare, it was the one that's supposed to be here. I just didn't notice it because I painted over the holes, and on mine I didn't have a handle in there because I had it all covered the leather, so I got rid of the handle. I forgot about it. But yeah, and that's it's all been done. I put everything. The only thing is that I'm supposed to put the side mirrors as well. I'd rather wait to put all the decals first, because the mirror attaches here and the decal goes on top of the strip, so I want to have better access for the decal, and then at the very end I'm gonna put the mirrors. Other than that, all the rest is done. American bumpers like the ones I used to have. Funny enough, if they wanted, so I got the pre 1960, I think till up to 57. They had the indicators like this one. Mine was flat because, as I told you, it was a 21 windows, now 23. This one, it was a little bit fiddly to put on. I need to paint it again a little bit more, make it look a little bit better. And also what I could have done, they could have given actually there's a latch here that attaches the thing at the on the underside. It's not present, but too much detail, I guess. So yeah, all the rest, very happy with it. And just wait for the decals to go on, and then last touches, see what happens. All the decals applied, and little things. These ones at the front, I had to cut them because they were for the normal bumpers. For the Americans, you need to adjust it. These two at the front here, Volkswagen in the factory has one piece here and one piece here. Revell, because the thing is smart, they did all in one piece, and of course they broke it at some point down here, so I had to rejoin it. But yeah, left the door out because I'm gonna put a clear coat. I don't want to glue it to the surface, and all the lines go all the way back in. If I realized from the start that I had to paint it in black underneath and then white, would have been a bit neater, I guess. Comments about these paints: they're great to spray. The moment you start putting some solvents on it, or some even microsol, or even some glue, they start having blemishes. So yeah, I did it this time, but next time I'm gonna stick to acrylic. Acrylic are easy to retouch as well, so yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Number plate, I put a generic number plate, fun 62, D as in Germany, 62. That goes with the indicators. I think 62 was 63 was the last year that the indicators, and then the 23 windows, and then from 64 to 67 it was flat indicators, and 21 windows instead of 23. Other things to say, I don't think that's I'm gonna put a clear coat, let it dry, and then do a final reveal with some detailed pictures at the end of it as well. So let's see how it goes. So here it is. First, with all the doors open and the roof open. Final results, I'm quite happy with it. On the original 23 windows, you would have had the side indicators here, like little flaps coming out. Probably these, they didn't have enough detail, would have been something very fiddly to implement, so they didn't put it on. And another thing that would have been present would have been a radio antenna on the side of the window here, but of course it's not. And also at the front, if you had Safari windows like mine, the ones that open forwards, you would have had a little attachment here to lower the wipers and put them in a cross section in the bit in the middle, like down here, fixed, and then you could have opened the front windows like a veranda, I guess. And so now I'm gonna close the doors and take a video with the doors closed and the roof closed, and at the end there's gonna be some detailed pictures. So here it is with all the doors closed. Yeah, as I said, very happy with the color. The problem is there, once you put it in, you need to be careful. Even if you put some clear coat on top of it, once you use some solvent or some glue or something, it's gonna get through. And if you need to do tiny retouches, you just need to use a small amount of color paint, otherwise it's gonna pull up, melt the old one and just pull up. But here it is. Thank you for watching. Stay till the end for some detailed pictures. I bought brand new macro lenses. Hopefully it's gonna be amazing.